No, it's okay. No,
This is a special presentation from the Gallery Live.
it's not. It's something
Welcome to Fleischerween, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Lone Wolf Oosel. We're getting started here. We're going right into the video. We got 2 hours Fleischer ahead. It's going to be some good stuff. Stay tuned.
All right, you ready? Let's roll, nerds.
All right, page 6, Graholski. Come on up.
Said Graholski.
Yes, G-R-O.
Judge, can I bother you? Mr. Gonzalez is here to sign the loan.
Yeah.
He already signed. If you could just sign
Yeah.
so I can get a knife and give him a copy.
Got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was that in the bond conditions, right?
Yes, I got the back.
Okay, got it. Signing it now. What page did you say?
Page 6.
Casares, Raul.
Good morning, Mr. Graholski.
Oh, sir.
Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On October 23rd, 2024, the officer made contact with the complainant who stated he had a package delivered through FedEx at the residence at that time and had received an email confirmation with a timestamp and a picture of the package. The complainant stated he observed the defendant via camera footage at the front of the residence pick up the package the same day. The complainant observed the defendant observe the package and then take it inside the residence where both resided. The complainant observed the defendant place the package on the stairwell, pick the package back up, and then go inside the defendant's room. The officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant stated he did not take anything that wasn't his. The defendant stated the package was his toothpaste that he ordered and that he threw the packaging in the trash bin when asked for proof of it was his package. The defendant stated he deletes all his order receipts when he receives them. The total was $189.05.
Okay. They live together.
They lived together, Your Honor, and the complainant had ordered a package and the package was sitting outside of the front door and of the residence that they shared. And
Okay.
then the defendant grabbed the package that was the complainant and went into his room. That's what's alleged. And then officers asked him if it was proof.
Well, a lot of people, if my wife gets a package, I get it and I bring it inside and I put it in my, in the room. Did he open the package? Do we know that he misappropriate conversion?
Last night, so he was able to view the surveillance of the defendant taking the package, and then he told me that he asked the defendant twice if he had the package and if he did to return it, and the defendant said he did not have the package.
Okay, that's a different story. I mean, if you take it and you say, hey, I'm not going to give it back, then that's one thing. But, I grab packages for people all the time and I'll hold it and give it to my next door neighbor. Okay. Mr. Graholski, now's not the time. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything you say, they're going to use it against you to prove guilt. It's not the time. We'll have you speak to a lawyer. You can explain your side to the lawyer. And at that point, they can, speak to the DAs and then, but that way it's really to protect you. Tell me about yourself. Are you working? What do you?
I had a stroke
Okay.
and
Who
it
do
doesn't
you-
work. I go around to the doctors and Walmart and the
So you don't-
YMCA. That's about it.
You don't have any kind of employment then, I would presume.
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to.
Did you want to, I'm assuming you would like a court appointed lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, Morgan, what's the status of the relationship? Are they still living together? Does the complainant want to have contact with him?
Yes, they're still living together. I don't think, just speaking with the complainant, I don't think there's an issue with contact. I don't think he doesn't want to not have contact with the defendant, and he just wants to.
Excuse me. It's a boarding house. There's 8 people living there.
Okay.
I'm just one of them.
Got it. My only concern is I don't want any more bad blood. If you talk to this person and they're angry with you, I don't want anything worse to happen. And so my concern is, what if they get angry? You guys get into a fight and it just erupts into something it shouldn't. So that's my concern, is whether you guys should have contact. So I am going to order you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. And as long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be fine. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, and I'll have you speak to an attorney here momentarily. All right?
Sure.
There to sign a receipt and then to the jury box. Can you file that, please, Alex? No contact or no threatening or harassing, no new cases, no weapons. please.
Judge, are you appointing or financial?
Yeah. Just go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead and sign for your reset, please. The next judge is Hernandez on page 7 and 8.
Johnny Joe Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, you're charged with assault, 2 counts of assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. On each of those cases, we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. The complainant and the defendant are dating. On October 20th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a family assault. The first complainant stated she had a verbal argument with the defendant, and the first complainant stated they had a tussle with shoe boxes and were throwing them at each other. The officer observed the first complainant to have a busted lip, bruising, red marks on her face, and scratches on her arms. The first complainant did not want to speak with the officers. The second complainant stated she heard the first complainant and the defendant arguing. The second complainant stated that when she came out of her room, she observed the defendant grab the first complainant from her hair and throw her around. The second complainant stated she approached the defendant and told him to leave. The second complainant stated the defendant used both of his hands and pushed the second complainant from her face. The second complainant stated she fell to the floor, causing pain.
All right. Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. Let's see, are there protective orders? One is a dating relationship. What is the relationship of the other complaining witness? Because I see there's a protective order on one, but there's not a protective order on the second one, yet it's still alleged as a family member.
It's the stepdaughter, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you guys want a protective order?
It's a DVD case, Your Honor, so we'd have to email Conrad.
Okay, I think that you should, if you don't mind, please file one. We'll put one on file just in case.
This is what defendant?
Hernandez.
Hernandez,
Yeah, Johnny Joe Hernandez.
Oh,
So, Mr. Hernandez, it looks like there's a protective order on the first case, which identifies as Abby Penablanca as a protected individual. I'm now issuing another protective order on AM. It's just initials because it appears it may be a juvenile.
Yes, Your Honor.
So as a result, this person is now a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is a stalking statute. You cannot stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. Do you understand? If you violate this condition, the state can and will file additional cases against you, a violation of a protective order, and it's one of the worst misdemeanor cases you can pick up. Do you understand? No violence anymore. You got out of jail because we gave you a free bond. If you pick up a new case, you violate these conditions, I'm telling you now, I'll make your bond 5,000 to 10,000 on each of those cases. And if you don't have anyone to pony up that money, you'll be stuck like Chuck in custody until these cases are over with. Do you understand?
Sure.
What do you do for a living? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you first. Well, I don't know. Do you have them up yet or no, Steph? I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while we get all your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. be careful while you're out there, because no more chances.
Next is page 18, Treadwell, come on up.
And Your Honor, on Hernandez bond conditions, would it be state's bond conditions?
Yeah, no contact, no weapons.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please, on both.
Yes, Your Honor.
You said Treadwell, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Page 18.
You were on bond for DWI, and now you've picked up another DWI. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On October 23rd, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a major one-car vehicle accident in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with a witness who observed the motor vehicle had left the scene, but was still blocking a moving lane of traffic and had struck a school zone signpost. The officer also observed the defendant's motor vehicle had crashed in the direction moving against the flow of traffic, and the witness identified the defendant as the driver. EMS saw the defendant in the driver's seat of the crashed vehicle with her feet sticking out and the engine still running. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance on the defendant's person, along with a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and general disorientation and slow responses. When asked about the accident, the defendant stated she may have fallen asleep, but did not remember the crash occurring. The defendant admitted to drinking and consuming Adderall, and she said that she was the sole occupant and operator of the motor vehicle. The officers recovered 2 open alcoholic beverage containers from the passenger side floorboard.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Your Honor. And 4 unopened containers. Standard field sobriety tests were performed, HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, and 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. A blood warrant was drafted and executed.
And Judge, on the first DWI, the lab results came back as 0.286.
0.026.
0.206, because there's a big difference. Is it 0.26?
Yes, 0.286. Yes, Judge. That's correct. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a very high blood test. Can you run an NCIC? I'd like to know what other kind of criminal history she has, number one. Number two, did we have her sign a no driving affidavit on the first one? Because if she did, I'm going to have a contempt hearing.
I don't see a no driving affidavit on the file, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, her driver's license wasn't eligible though on the second DWI.
Probably because of the first and the ALR. Ms. Treadwell, I want you to be perfectly clear about something. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the citizens of Harris County. Every single day, someone dies because of a DWI in Harris County. And I will do everything in my power to protect my city. And if that means putting you in custody because you repeatedly flaunt our bond conditions, so be it. Now, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm taking you in. And now, if you do get out, you will have a strict curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I'm forbidding you from going within a car at all. You will now be signing an affidavit, and if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church, you get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Every time you get into a car, it's up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. On one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other ankle, you're going to get a scram device, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. As it stands now, I'm revoking your bonds and I'm putting them both at $25,000. Do you understand? She goes with you.
Judge, for the previous bond conditions set forth by the magistrate, I'll add the GPS and scram. Would you like to keep the rest? One of them is an IID, but since she's doing the no driving.
What is it?
An interlock device.
No, so,
Let's take that away.
no, leave it on. Yeah, leave it on. So any kind of cars that are at wherever she's staying, they're gonna have to have an interlock. Just waive the fees for everything, please.
Perfect. I also have random drug testing remain within Harris County.
Yes. Yeah, and then just the curfew from 7 PM or 7 PM to 7 AM.
Judge, you ready for the next one?
So 25,000 more on both.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got an ambulance. What is he going to do in this case? She'll wait for adult.
Yeah, I'm aware of this, so take care of that one.
Oh, I don't know if that'll take care of this.
Okay, Vic.
All right, next judge is page 19. Wakefield, come on up.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if people
Let me see. How long have you been in custody for?
This is the best.
Bill, do you have a lawyer today?
Quiet.
Take a seat near the jury box. Can you appoint Mr. Wakefield, someone please? You take care of it today.
Next arraignment is White, page 20.
Good morning, Mr. White. Sir, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On December 30th, 2023, in Harris County, Texas, the officer was dispatched to an emergency room where the officer met with the complainant. The complainant and the defendant had got into a verbal altercation, and the complainant said she was leaving. The defendant grabbed the complainant by her shoulders, shaking her. The defendant grabbed the complainant's head and hit it against the dresser while she was trying to get her clothes out. The complainant had a large cut on her forehead and needed approximately 10 stitches. The doctor at the emergency room said the complainant sustained a serious bodily injury.
So it's not a felony, serious bodily injury case? Whenever there's serious bodily injury, they can charge you with a felony. You could be looking at up to 2 to 20 in the prison. Are you on probation or parole at this time? Mr. White, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using any kind of dope, illegal dope, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I'm also ordering you not to have any contact with this complaining witness. If I find that you do, likewise, I'm going to put you in jail. A protective order has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you violate the protective order, and it doesn't matter what your intent is, they will file additional charges against you, and you'll be looking at violation of protective order. If you violate those conditions, I can hold you at no bond. Zero bond until this case is over with, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person. Do you understand? Oh, no contact and no weapons, please. Or you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna have him monitored by pretrial to make sure he's not using. What do you do for a living, Mr. White?
I work at Tesla in the furnace department. I burn the aluminum to make parts for the Cybertruck for the company.
We're gonna reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm gonna have you go to Victoria Center reset. After that, we're gonna have you take your seat in the jury box. You will meet with pretrial for your bond conditions. They're going to randomly test you. If you fail to go take a test when they call you to take a test, you're going to go to jail. Do you understand? Because I will revoke the bond, no more PR bonds. All right.
That was our last arraignment for now.
Okay. Tim, you ready? Hey, good morning. How are you, man?
I'm good. Good to
It's
see
been a
you.
while.
I love the suit.
It's new. Well, we're trying to be festive.
I get it. I love it. I have a guy named Mr. Henderson who needs bond conditions.
Did he just get out of custody? Okay, do you mind bringing him up?
Once it's on page 32, Your Honor.
Oh, it's still in the jail then?
They're still showing in jail.
Yep, I see. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Henderson. Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat. This is a Class B misdemeanor. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On August 23rd, 2024, the witness, the defendant's girlfriend, began receiving multiple phone calls from the defendant, who is, I apologize, the witness's ex-husband. The witness stated that the calls came around 21:30 hours on August 23rd, 2024, and observed the phone calls to be coming from both the defendant's phone number and from a no-caller ID number. The complainant answered the phone and advised the defendant to leave them alone. However, the defendant began to argue with the complainant. The witness then grabbed her phone and began recording the conversation as it had become more aggressive. The defendant then began to threaten the complainant by saying, "You don't want none, I'll kill you, your wife and all your kids and your stepkids. Play with me, I'll kill you and your stepkids. Play with me, bitch." Based on the previous incident between the witness and the defendant, the complainant feels these threats to be credible and fears for his life. The officer was able to speak with the defendant regarding the case, who declined to provide any comment.
So who is Simeon Sims? Who is that?
The new boyfriend of ex-wife.
Mr. Henderson, I don't want you to have any contact with this person. Do you understand?
Sure.
I'm ordering you not to have any contact and not to be in possession of weapons. As long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be fine. If I find that you become a danger to the community, I'm just going to lock you up. You will not get any more PR bonds.
Sure.
You understand? Okay. So you have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adams. He will tell you when you have to go back to court.
Sure.
If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm not asking much here.
Yes, sir.
Just want to save community. That's all I want.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it and you'll be free to go. Okay?
Thank you, Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Mr. Adams. You too. No, because it's not a family, you know? I saw it, but that's why I didn't do it, because I don't think it's a family member. Hi.
I just wanted to let you know, we can do walking to these after 11 o'clock. We're all set.
Okay, not a problem. Do we have anyone that's coming in? Do you know?
Not that I know of, but.
Okay,
just
well,
be aware.
hopefully, no.
Judge, for Mr. White, you wanted no contact, do you also want to refrain from counsel for reset?
No drugs, no alcohol, random testing,
Yes, I have all that.
no weapons, no contact. Yeah.
And Your Honor, were there conditions for Henderson?
Yeah, no contact, no weapons.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, Monday the ninth.
Sorry.
Monday the yeah. Sound recording For control hospitals, I only see one on my case tracking system for the 21st. But let me go ahead and reach out to our compliance team further and see.
I think we've tested this one.
I feel as though we have two, because I remember. I'm gonna reach out to our case managers and I'll get back to them.
Yeah, take your time, no rush. Hey, what on earth are you doing talking to the prosecutor? Do you want me to put you in jail?
Sit to the back of the wall.
Steve, what's your last, Henderson?
Miss Henderson.
Out of county.
Hey, I have a couple of DVRs I've got to talk about too. Is this Diaz?
Yes,
So is he gonna go run it now?
I'm gonna talk to him about it.
Okay. Steven.
Hey, Judge, can you sign it before I can so I can print them off for you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I almost screamed Beetlejuice.
The problem is that I really can't wear what I want to wear. I wanted to be with white face, purple eyes with the wig, and I can't do it,
Good job.
Hey, Will. Hey, what's new?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I have two cases on your docket today, both in custody.
Okay, who's number one?
Gonzalez. And they're both
Alejandro? No, Eric. Okay.
So Mr. Gonzalez has a pending DWI.
He's got DWIs in 3 counties? Yeah. Where we headed?
His family got contact with me earlier this week. They've retained an attorney on the Fort Bend case.
Great.
Yeah, I get done so on the Nueces County case. I talked to the Fort Bend attorney. He was talking about.
What is it?
Alex who? Is it Alexander Hugh?
No, it's I have it. I didn't recognize the name. Let me look. So I called him.
Okay.
So he was talking about DWI court in Fort Bend that he could get him into probably if we could work out a global thing and have, time for this one, probation, that one, whatever, but then have a new DWI court in Fort Bend. But we don't have a Nueces County attorney. That's the problem.
Why over there as opposed to over here?
Pardon?
Why over there for civil court as opposed to here?
That I was gonna ask you, so this one, he did TRAS, right? And it came back, which we can't do because of the open cases, right? So that's kind of.
I guess, why don't we set up a meeting with,
Let me look up.
Nueces County does stuff so differently too, just because you get a case now, you might not get a court date for like 6 months down the road, so.
That's what he was telling me, but I mean, it's still an open case, and they still can hire a lawyer.
Have you talked to someone for?
Yes, and yes, they do.
What you should do is let them know there's not going to be any movement until you do that. I mean, really, it's going to be at a standstill because Nueces County doesn't have the, the speed, I guess, to what we do, and Fort Bend is even slower than we are.
Right.
So.
That's why I was talking to the Fort Bend attorney. That's what he said. He's like, those things move so slow down there. He's not.
Until you get a lawyer to get it kind of moving on, it'll be in.
Because we can't do anything on these cases, this in Fort Bend, until we can do something with Nueces.
Set it a week and see what happens. 2 weeks. I'm not giving him a PR bond. I'm not letting him, it's. I know, he's stuck like,
I understood. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, just too much baggage. I can't.
Understood. Okay, I'll
Who's
do
next?
that. The other one is Mr. Jaggers. Jaggers, Jagg. Spookily similar case. Get it? Halloween, spooky.
You got all the tough ones, huh?
I do get the tough ones. That's okay though. So he also has a pending out of county DWI in Montgomery County.
We had, it seems like we had a problem communicating with him last time.
We did, but we were able to, we worked out a great agreement where it was a time served on a DWI, a deferred on the trespass. TRAS recommended SAT-F, and we're willing to do all that.
I don't know if I'm willing to do that. I think that probably the best course for me, knowing who he is to do SAT-F on the DWI instead of just a time served.
Right. Either way, we actually had it drawn up to do SAT-F on the trespass. We approached you and you were like, just realized out of county pending case, can't do it. Same deal.
What does he have out of county?
DWI MoCo. With the resisting, I'm pretty sure.
Does he have a lawyer out there?
So that's on this one. No family, no support. So I got in touch with MoCo Indigent Defense. They sent me an application for appointed attorney, which I filled out and have sent to them.
Great job. Great.
Oh, they haven't responded. So we're also in a holding pattern.
Can you at least try to,
maybe I can see if I can get appointed to that case. I'm on their list up there. I don't know what qualifications they require. I can ask. Was that what you
lose?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that you got to be on the list so that they know that you're qualified enough, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, you have nothing to lose by asking. And if not, kind of just put pressure on, do they have a MAC down there?
They have an Office of Indigent Defense.
Okay, so let's, say, hey, man, he's just languishing when he could be getting treatment. Hurry up, appoint someone so we can, work these things out. And then hopefully if they know on ours that we want to do a sober court kind of deal, they're amenable to that as well, and then we'll give, if you want to take a copy of the TRAS, give it to them, or not give it to them, but show them, hey, this is our plan on the DWI. He's going into a treatment facility, and then afterwards he's going to be in an aftercare. Hopefully they'll see that and realize that we're not just going to throw them out to the wolves.
That's fair.
I don't know what else, and then.
Yeah, I mean, our hands are tied on both of them.
I guess you want 2 weeks, so it doesn't.
I'll do the same day on both of them, honestly, like I did today, because they're just so similar.
Need any money for investigative fees? If you need any, just whatever you need, I'll give it to you, I don't know if there's.
Dude, I can give.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, man. All right, Mr. Gold, come on up.
Pushing on Cameron Newell, I can give you a cause number. 2535114, he's present as well. He's not gonna be driving. We're requesting you remove the interlock and get a portable device instead with an NDA. Also, you require to scram and a GPS with a night exclusion zone, not allowing him to drive at night. He's not gonna be driving at all. We're requesting the scram and the GPS removed. I believe those are overburdensome at this point, and the portable with a blow schedule is sufficient at this time.
Do it for, oh, well, he's got the prior manslaughter where he, yeah, and
No driving, I don't see how that's gonna affect
I'm
us.
okay with giving you the portable device. Oh,
But a portable, a scram and a GPS, I mean, he's turning into a robot, Judge.
as a result of a motor vehicle. Now he's picked up another DWI where,
I totally understand the concern of driving, but he will not be driving at all.
how do I know that? How do I know that?
I mean, how's the GPS gonna show he'd be driving or a scram?
No,
There's nothing to do
but
with
the
driving.
interlock will.
But he's not, I understand that.
The interlock will show me if he's driving, because if he tries to get in the car and he blows into the thing, it's going to show who's blowing into it and who's operating it, you know? That's why I have it. And I'm paying for everything for him.
Yes, sir.
He's not one dime is coming out of his pocket, you know? I don't want him out in the middle of the night. That's why we did that, right? I get it if it's overburdensome, but I already have one death on our hands. I don't want another one.
Yes, Judge.
And I'm paying everything for him. In time, if he shows me that we can trust him, then I'm more amenable to things. But now it's been what, a week?
It's very new.
Sorry?
It's very new.
It's been 2 weeks, and my concern is he killed someone last year. And now we have another DWI. In between all that, he has an assault of a family member and he has another felony assault. Come up, Mr. Newell.
There's another issue as well. He went to get the GPS and the scram and they said there was an issue and wouldn't put it on. I looked through his condition.
Oh, now we have a problem.
Yeah.
Now we have a problem because now it's very possible I'm putting you into custody for not getting your stuff within the time you're supposed to get it.
Still have one more day today, sir. But I did go and they emailed that I did show up. I did show up to get my scram yesterday and I was not in the system.
Order in the court,
They said that they
please.
emailed the court, said that I showed up to do it.
Hey, Felicia, can you check out Mr. Newell and see what the issue is, please? You're asking me to take stuff up. He don't even have anything on.
He was trying, Judge. He went there.
I got my
They
GPS on.
denied it.
That's the only thing they put on.
So he went there. I mean, he got the GPS. He's doing everything he's supposed to, right?
I don't own a vehicle.
My concern is public safety. You have a manslaughter from last year, a felony assault, and another assault. And now you have a DWI. You're crashing and burning before our eyes. And what I don't want you to do is leave a wake of destruction in your path. That's what's happening. And I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. If it's an inconvenience to you to have this, every day there's a death in Harris County because of alcohol-related collisions. It's not going to happen on my watch. Do you understand, Mr. Newell? And if it's an inconvenience to you, the other thing is a lot of the other judges here would make you pay for it. And for this, you'd probably be in the hole around $1,200 a month. I'm paying for you so that there's no excuse. And you still have yet to have the device on.
As of now, he's currently in compliance. He does have one more day to obtain that device.
Why? He's saying they kicked him out.
Okay. Yes, I see the email right here. That's not stated on here. It was stated that.
So let-
But he has conditions of bond and told to apply with the IID condition. He stated to our officer that he lost his job, but we did not have a card into the DWI. Does not have money to hire an attorney. He got his GPS and said that he will pick up his scram device, or he said that yesterday. And then I don't have any reports following that.
So he's here now. Let's send him down to pretrial to get everything right now. Okay, we're sending you right now to get everything right now.
Yes, we just.
The only thing, Mr. Newell, the only thing I'm asking you to do is don't kill someone, man. That's all I'm asking you to do, you know? God forbid you dig yourself into a 50-year hole because of some catastrophic event. I'm trying everything in my power to prevent that from happening. Do you understand? That's all I want. In time, if you show me that we can trust you, and it's not just, okay, I'm all better, I'm gonna be little bunnies jumping in the woods. No, I need proactivity to show me that you appreciate everything, then we can talk. But at this time, with the kind of criminal history you have and the fact that we have a death in 23, no, I don't think that this is unreasonable. You understand? All right, just go ahead, take a seat. We're gonna send you down now to get your stuff. You gotta have it on by at the latest tomorrow. If not, it's not gonna go well. Do you understand?
And just to be clear, you're allowing the changing from the interlock to the portable since he doesn't have a vehicle?
No,
He
no.
doesn't have a vehicle to put it in, Your Honor.
So whose vehicle was this that he was driving?
That's.
Are you Dad? Come on up, Dad. Thank you so much for coming. We have quite a bit of issues with Mr. Newell. And it seems that most of them are related to drug and alcohol issues. And I want to prevent anything further from happening that endangers the public. And my fear is that, does he live with you now?
Yes.
If there's a car at the house, he has access to it. And the problem is that when the cat's away, the mice will play. So if he has access to it, I'm scared that he's going to use it in a way that, and so that's why I ordered him to put the interlock for any vehicle that's at the house that he's staying. I'm paying for it, so it's not going to be anything coming out of your pockets, but my fear is that he just takes the car and something happens that's catastrophic. And I'm trying to prevent that from happening. So that's why I've ordered it. Like I said, it's not, nothing's coming out of your pocket. You guys don't have to pay for anything. I just want to make sure that if he gets into a car, we know about it. And that's the only way that I know. Okay?
Interlocks.
And my concern, Your Honor, he doesn't have any bond conditions and the car won't start if it's not blown into. So you're saying he's gonna have to start blowing into it as well and he's not allowed to, so he can't drink any alcohol as well, so the father has bond conditions? He's legally allowed to have a beer and go driving if he's under the limit. He doesn't, he has a normal use of mental and physical faculties.
Get it? But
now he's gonna have restrictions on him and he doesn't have.
I'm going to make sure that Mr. Newell's not driving, you know? I mean, I'm just, have you seen the record? We have a death last year. Two assaults, and now we have a DWI second. I told him that if he's proactive with showing me that he's tackling everything in a mature and adult way, then we can talk about bond conditions in the future. But it seems that with the wake of destruction that he's left with the last 2 years, 2 to 3 years, it's really concerning, you know, and I feel that he's deteriorating before our eyes, and I don't want it to happen anymore. And, you know, my fear is that something happens catastrophic. He gets into a car and just takes off and does something that's just, you can't dig yourself out of. That's all, that's my fear. And I don't want it to happen, you know?
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Gold, we'll talk in a couple months. If he's doing well, proactive, come back and we can talk.
So the conditions are staying.
Yeah.
I mean, you see my concern that it's now impacting his father since it's not his cars. I understand your concern, obviously, Judge. I just have to advocate for my client and his father doesn't even have conditions.
I'm not begrudging you for it, Mr. Gold. I never will.
Question, Your Honor, though, is does he need a second interlock now? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to pay for everything for you, okay? So that it's nothing out of your guys' pocket, okay? Just make sure he's not driving. He signed an affidavit not to drive. If he drives, I can have a contempt hearing and he's facing 6 months every time he drives. So please, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you. If you ever need anything, come back to us, talk to us. We're happy to help you in any way and anything you need, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, happy Halloween.
Thank you. Are you excused?
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're skipping you real quick. Come step all the way up. This is Mr. Goodman for a waiver, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Goodman.
How you doing, sir?
If you could sign
Okay.
your arms this way.
Yeah.
Yes. That's not that.
All right, Mr. Goodman, it looks like you were wanted out of the state of North Carolina for a violation of probation. Are you waiving formal extradition, sir? Okay, unfortunately, it looks like you've not paid bond on the felony case, so it's kind of told until that case works out. At that point, that's when the clock starts ticking. And then North Carolina has 14 days to come get you.
That's when it starts.
You can't bond out. Okay. If you make bond on the felony case, then the 14 days starts running. Correct. Yes. Okay. All right. Good luck. Thanks.
Just approach again.
Yes, sir.
This is on call bail, DWI. Maybe I'm overdoing it, but the state has offered me time served or probation. I'm trying to get a PTI, and I need to get Nathan Beadle a package.
Yeah, but we've been working on it for quite a while. Is Mr. Bell here?
Yes, he's present.
Has he completed the package yet?
No.
Come up, Mr. Bell. I got to imagine that you've asked him several times to complete
No,
it.
yeah, it's on me this time. He was waiting on my call, and I just got extremely busy. The state deal offered me probation or time served.
Okay, we give you another 2 weeks, but at that point, if it's
Yes.
not done, I'm gonna hold him day for day until it gets done. Mr. Bell, good morning, sir.
Sir, good morning.
Shh. They have a program called pretrial intervention, where if you are granted entry into and you complete it successfully, the DWI gets dismissed. However, one of the main factors is your prior criminal history. Your history is thick, it's significant. So I will tell you, it's never a no, but the more history you have, the harder it is. But like anything in life, if you put your heart and soul into it, you're gonna get the moon, sun, stars. So the better your packet, the more likelihood you have of getting into the program. If you bring stuff on a bar napkin with your criminal history, it's gonna be a no. So do a kick-ass package, and then you have a better chance of getting in.
Yes, sir.
Give me questions. Your case is old, so we will give you 2 weeks. If you have it done, if you have it turned in by the next 2 weeks, we'll set you for an evaluation. If you don't have it done, you're out of time.
Make it happen, Your Honor.
Okay? Okay, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Judge, I'm approaching on Tony Kelly, and the case is getting a little old. We're still waiting on a rip on this one.
Custody or bond?
Bond, Judge.
Okay. We have tried to rip this thing since July, and you still don't have it? You gotta give it up. You might as well wish for a unicorn, Alex.
That's correct, Your Honor. We still don't have the rip.
It's not gonna happen. They don't want to be found. So.
Just have a seat.
I love it.
I should sit them in a jury box.
You might offend a couple here and there, but I don't think he really is concerned about that. Okay, Alex,
Yes, Judge. So
where are we at?
we can try to task the investigator again to get a look.
Have you done it first to an investigator?
I can see that we have not yet gotten the investigator involved yet. We've been trying the number we have. And I can get the investigator involved to see if you can find it, and we can.
Okay, I'll give you 2 final weeks. If you don't have it, then it's over.
Yes, Judge, and
That's it.
we'll make sure that we get the investigator.
I'm gonna give you a 10-day trial setting if you don't have it.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, hey,
We got Mr. Rubin on the docket. We've got something worked out for dismissal. He just needs to take a class.
is this the gentleman from yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it the gun class?
Gun class.
Okay, is he here?
He's here, contract signed.
Mr. Rubin, come up. It's 220. I'll give you a couple weeks, but if you don't have it done. You have a great deal that he's worked out for you, that if you take a gun class, they will dismiss your case. Your case is extremely old, so I will give you 2 weeks. But after that, I'm not giving you any more time. If you don't have it done, that tells me that you don't care. Do you understand? I mean, really, they'll dismiss this case. All you got to do is a 2 to 3 hour class. If you don't have it done, you're out of time. You understand? Okay.
Thank you, Judge. It's like your costume. I mean, jacket.
What? Costume?
All right, go out there. Or sit down.
Hey, Hugh. Happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. I liked it. It was good. I have Javier Gendo on docket. And if you remember the last time you took him in custody and wanted me to check with his sister, and I had a lengthy conversation with his sister. Everything's good. He can go live with her. She's a teacher, and then she's also getting her master's to become a principal now, and she's pretty
great.
Yeah. So he's in custody. I was going to see if we can get him on a PR bond.
I don't know, man. I don't.
I think last time you indicated that you would let him out. That's why you wanted me to contact his sister and see if he had a place to go.
She will take him?
Yes.
How do we get him to stop using?
She told me that he's not, she has keeps pretty good tabs on
She
him.
can hold him.
Well,
if he's, can you bring out Mr. Gallendo?
and he really has it. So he's like a different person now from that.
He's clean.
Yes. And so,
Don must have been.
yeah,
You know?
I don't think so. Yeah, that was probably no fun.
Phil.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me while we're waiting.
Mayor Gonzalez, his mom, dad, and sister are all here in person today.
I'm happy to talk to him.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, we were talking about the bond. I know the court will do a PR bond, but I was gonna ask for a reduction.
Are you mom and dad and everyone? Is that you? Okay, let me talk to this gentleman and then we'll talk to you. Good morning, Mr. Gallendo. How are you? You look great. You sound good. You're coherent. You're not jittery like you were when you came here last time.
Oh, I know.
So Hugh wants me to let you out. Looks like you've got a place to stay with. Shh. Looks like you've got a place to stay with your sister. My only worry is that if we let you out, you're going to go back to doing right what you're doing, using. And I don't want that to happen. I know you're going to tell me no.
Oh, yes.
Right. You've told me that before, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. How do we get it to stop? Therein lies the rub. I don't want to keep you, but I know if I release you, you're going to go back to using, and you're going to use grandma as the excuse.
That was just.
Perhaps it's another excuse. Perhaps it's saw Bambi and you're upset at the movie. Did we have him T-Rast? What did it recommend?
It says here, followed by anger management and the BD ratings.
That's what needs to happen. I think that with what you're using, the frequency of what you're using, the best course of action is a treatment facility. Because we let you out, you're going to end up killing yourself. And believe it or not, I really like you. I want you to persevere, and I want you to become the great person that you can be, Javier. I think that that's probably the wisest choice to get him into a treatment facility. You know, I know that you want to get him out.
Yes, I'm just
Done
wondering.
this before.
Yes, but yeah, we're still, well, it's all pre-trial, so I don't know. I mean, is that something he can do pre-trial, or, I mean, can he do outpatient, or?
I can't pay for anything. The only way I can pay for everything is if he's in there. If I let him out, he doesn't have a job, doesn't have a, you know, anything. He's going to be unable to pay for anything. So therein lies the excuse. Well, I can't get it done. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. And then it spirals into the same thing. I don't know, Hugh. I don't. I think that the best course of action is to get you into a treatment facility, Mr. Gain.
I'll stay with my sister. I don't drink over there. I don't do nothing. I'm staying with my sister. She's a teacher. She don't let me drink. She don't let me do nothing.
She.
As if you're gonna listen to her.
Yes, of course I listen to her. She's all I have. I listen to whatever she says. I babysit her son.
It seems.
Living before.
I wasn't with her. I wasn't staying with her.
Living.
Just being bad. I don't. And friends, wherever. With friends.
Street.
Yeah. But I'm with my sister now.
She does, she seems like she has a pretty tight grip on him.
She
From
does.
speaking with her.
You could get her number.
Discovery's outstanding.
Your Honor, it looks like everything's uploaded and shared with the defense.
And we can set the case for trial. There's a felony that's attached to this, but I'm okay with setting it for a trial date.
Okay, I am too.
Okay.
That way, if it goes, you know, if it goes well for him, he's out. If it doesn't, I know what I'm gonna do, which is what I think needs to happen regardless. Because if we let him loose on the street, he's just gonna use. And we've done this game before. I've let him out before, and he goes right back to using.
He's only bond forfeited once in your court. I know one time's too many, but I know that it's not like he's been a recurring issue. This is the only time that he's had an issue with this, you know, with the drug testing.
Let me think about that.
All right, Mr. Goodman, let's come on, back this way.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know what? Hold on, because it's gonna take a little bit of time. Let me see. What do you got?
So if you got a client tomorrow,
Okay.
I think we are due for a trial setting, Judge.
Gonna set up a trial?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just pick a date with Ramona and back and whatever. Happy with whatever you want.
Yes, sir.
For sure, of course. Talk to me.
Judge, how are you? Happy
Hey,
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Judge, Ms. Lorenzo Castillo is on docket today. It is an assault, just a good old fashioned bar fight.
Okay.
Says he didn't do it. Says it was him that got assaulted.
Okay.
You're asking for a trial date.
Okay, not a problem.
Can we have one in January?
Okay.
Oh, you're the man. You're the best, Judge. Thank you. I set for this trial in December twice today, and I'm like, man.
Sorry. We have a bunch of trial settings in December as it is, so just don't stress. Life's too short.
So, Judge, the trial setting in January would be January 20. Oh no, the 28th. January 28th.
Are you gonna do a go-go dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
That startled me. The speaker started talking.
Have fun. Okay, Will.
Okay. Okay.
You speak English?
Yes, yes.
Come up. They can all come up.
Yeah, all y'all.
They can all come up. The more the merrier. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I wish it were under better circumstances. And I'm sorry that you guys are having to come here and deal with this, but better now than 6 feet under in a pine box, right? We've had a lot of issues with him. And I think that, I don't know, I mean, I guess you realize and the spiel that I give to everybody is that watch the news, which I hope you do, every day. someone dies in Harris County from a DWI. Every single day. We in Harris County lead the we
Hold
lead,
all conversations.
we lead the nation in DWI fatalities because it happens so much. Is it because we have 4 million people here? I don't know. Is it because Harris County is 3 hours from one side to the other? I don't know. But that's what it is. And it's disgusting. And what scares me with him is he has 3 open DWIs in 3 different counties. That is extremely scary. And we're lucky that no one has been injured. A life has not been taken because it could have gone so much worse. The reason that it's taking as long as it is because he does not have, I'm presuming he doesn't have a lawyer in Nuances, right?
This time, that's correct, Your Honor.
If you guys are able to get a lawyer for him down there, hopefully that can speed up the process to get everything working. Because here in Harris County, we have so many cases, we have so many people in custody that we move it like crazy. We're very, very fast. We're a fast-moving criminal justice system here. Fort Bend is building their way up to being as big as we are. So they're a little bit slower, but in the other counties in like Brazos and Nueces, Corsicana, and they do things a lot slower. So if you pick up a case, you may not go to court for 6 to 8 months, and then you start dealing with it. It looks like that's what's happening over there.
Did let the family know that even though they don't have a court date yet in Nueces, getting a lawyer down there, they can talk to the DA and they can start working on the case and talking to myself and the Fort Bend lawyer, trying to get a global deal done prior to any court date even being scheduled. Because I mean, the case is open and pending. I mean, it's there. So that's where we are for now. But I think the bond in Harris County is the only thing keeping him from going home to his family. And so we're trying to figure out a way to see if the court would allow him to post maybe a lower amount for bond.
It scares me to let him out. It scares me to let him out. He's repeatedly shown us that he refuses to comply with bond conditions. If I let him out, what's going to happen? Is he going to pick up a 4? Well, I know you're going to say no, but history tells us otherwise.
Sam, but I see where you're going with that. But my son is a 21-year-old kid. He's still a kid to me. And he messed up 3 times. Yes, he did. But he's ready to come out and do right with society and do the way he's supposed to. He's gonna come out, he's gonna live with me. He was out there living in Corpus because he turned into a welder. And I never agreed with him. I told him, I said, I don't like that for you. I'm a roofing contractor. He's gonna be living under my home. And he's gonna be staying with me. And I will be giving him a ride to wherever I need to take him to get his stuff straight. That's what I have, and that's what I want for him, and I know that's what he wants too. He's not a bad kid like that. He's not like what we're writing him off to be. And I see your position, and because you're telling me about all these fatalities and stuff, but that's not my son. Twice he was caught. He was parked. 150 times I tell you at AA that you're probably gonna kill somebody. Of those 150 chances, he's got 2. He decided to stop and pull over and he didn't crash with anybody. Yes, he got caught 3 times, but he's ready to not ever drink again.
How many times has he not been caught?
He's young. He hadn't been drinking. He hadn't been drinking until 21 because he left and he was living on his own. He was living at my house. He didn't want to be here at my house anymore because he went out there to work. But him being a young kid, lost his girlfriend. That we had a cousin of his committed suicide, so he had a lot of stuff going on in his head. But now this is real to him, and he's learned his lesson. He's ready to be out here, and he needs to come out here and start working. He's gonna work for me, and he's gonna make money to pay for all this mess that he got himself into. Right now, we're paying the price. He's in there.
Why are you paying the price?
Well, we're paying the price for him because he's my son. And I'll give whatever I have to get him out of there.
Sorry, I really am.
He is not like I don't want to, he's not like all these other people, man. I'm sorry, my kid's not like that. He's not a drug addict. He doesn't abuse anything else. He messed up with the alcohol, being too young and not knowing what to do.
How do you know? How do you know?
I just know it. Know my son.
Okay.
He was living with me for a long time. That's how I know him.
And I understand and I respect it, looking through the eyes of a father. I get this a lot. But when you have 3 DWIs in 3 different counties, judges have told you repeatedly what you can and what you can't do. And you repeatedly flaunt that and just don't. And you have shown us repeatedly you're going to do whatever you want to do, regardless of what a judge tells you. And I know that that's not what you want to hear, and I'm sorry, because I don't like to keep people in jail, but my only concern is public safety, you know? And I know that you don't like to hear it, and it pains me to do it as a father myself as well. But I don't know how else to get him to realize that when you don't abide by court orders, this is what happens. And
You, Judge, you read people, you see people, you've seen my son. See him, and I'm telling you, he's not gonna do this again. We want him out here so he can start working, he can work for me and he start paying for his stuff. He does no good to anyone in there. I mean, he does no good to anyone, for anyone in there.
But it does though, protects the public. What I'd like to do is, we've had him TRAS, right? Okay. So what we do is I have clinicians on staff who evaluate him and tell us what the proper course of action is. We've had our clinicians evaluate him, and what that is that it's a treatment facility that's kind of like a long-term rehab type facility where it teaches him how to deal with the issues, cope, and not use alcohol as a way to cope, as a coping mechanism. After he does that rehab, we have him going into sober court, which is a long-term, an 18-month program that supervises him by one of the actual judges here that keeps him under their wing and meets with them on 2 times a month, where he would come to court, meet with them to ensure that he's on the straight and narrow. While he's with me now, I can pay for it. If he's on the outside, I can't pay for anything.
That program with other.
Right, and unfortunately, we want to do that, but I can't do anything until those other 2 cases are resolved. The idea what Will had was you've got a lawyer in Fort Bend, you have to get a lawyer in Nuances. Once you do that, we can work together all as one unit to resolve all the cases at once. And then we get them into this program, and hopefully the other counties will see it, that this is what we want to do. We've got a long-term solution to help him keep sobriety. And it's okay.
Does that mean that he has to be incarcerated during the entire?
It's an inpatient treatment facility, correct?
He would go from custody and jail here straight to the treatment facility. So he wouldn't be incarcerated, but he would not be released in between. He would go straight to the.
It's not too terribly long. It's around a 6-month program, 6 to 8, 6 if you respond well. And after that, we let them out, and it's an aftercare program where he meets with us. He literally meets with the judge 2 times a month to ensure that he's on the, he's doing well. And if he does well, he gets rewarded throughout the program. They help him get his license back, help him job searches. So it's a really rewarding program. And the idea is to get him to recognize is at a young, early age now, before it spirals out of control at a later date, or either that, or before you do some catastrophic damage where you're now ending up with a 40 or 50-year sentence. That's the goal.
The treatment facility is called SATF, SATF. It's an acronym. So I've been-
Yeah, it's Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, SAT.
I've been
But
tasked to see
we
that.
can't until Nueces is on board as well.
I'll talk with the family more, Judge.
You want to use all this money to get him out of jail. He needs a lawyer over there. The money, instead of getting him out, probably be better spent with a lawyer in Nueces, so that we can work all together to find a great resolution. Not just getting him out and hope he does well. We have the tools, and I can pay for everything for you. It's a $30,000 program that I'm willing to pay for you. Not to mention aftercare, which is probably another 15,000. So we are footing the bill for everything. But I can't do that if he's on the outside.
Okay.
I know that it's not the answer that you want to hear, but it may be a blessing in disguise. You know, work with me. I want what's best for your son. We're not here just to throw away the key. We don't want to do that. We want to help him. Sometimes it's better in the long term to sit in there, get him in the facility, than to just put him out and throw him out there in the wolves and hopes that he does well. Okay.
I'll talk to him further. Thank you,
All
Judge.
Okay. Anna. Yeah.
I'm approaching on Wakefield.
This is the case that's nearly 250 days and just taken off repeatedly?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he only took off once, but he did take off. I just got appointed this morning. I have a drug discovery order in your queue to get more information from the lab about the test. So if you'll sign that, I'll send it off today.
Putting an ankle monitor on him though, because he's been gone and I have no idea where he is. So I'm putting a monitor on him and he's not allowed to use. And I'm going to send him for a drug test now.
Okay.
So, and then I'll set you off, I guess, a couple weeks, but it's not going to be a long time.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here for another 6 months waiting, you know?
Well, and I don't know how long it's going to take the lab to get that information, but
I understand, but I'm sending him for a test now. And then
Okay.
when he comes back, I'm going to put an ankle monitor on him as well. And if he tests positive today, then he's going to get repeatedly tested. And if he doesn't, admonish him. Okay?
thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't forget.
Oh,
Don't forget to sign the order.
get your boy. Antonio.
Judge, this is approach on Eric Helms. He's in custody.
Okay.
Judge, he was out on bond for theft, and then he picked up another theft and also a felony. But he's made bond. He's showing that he's made bond on both theft cases.
Give him another 2 PR bonds? Yeah.
One is the GOB, and yeah, and a personal.
God, it's set for February,
That's the next felony, sorry?
February 5th. That's so far away. It's like 4 months away, man. That's. What do you want to do? Do you really want to set it out 4 months? You know?
Well, Judge, I really have no control over, the felony court settings up there.
I don't know, Antonio.
Um,
Like if they're out of the same transaction, you
Can
set
we-
up a trial. What would you like?
Judge, can we just have, since I'm just now coming on today, I don't know any of the facts of what happened. I just need a regular reset, and then we'll come back and see how it's progressed.
Just let me know what you want.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
2 pleas back to back, both of them are Spanish speakers.
All right, let's do it.
Come over this way.
Aaron.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Aaron?
Mero, mero. El mero, mero. Aaron, who's your guy, man?
Federico Romero, Your Honor.
Okay, so we've got Rico Romero.
Okay. Yo lo voy a traducir todo en español, usted todo en español, ¿ok? Todo en español, ¿ok? Usted todo en español.
And then Idelce.
Sí. Stay. Yes.
Yes. Sí, señor.
Order in the court for the pleas.
Both of you gentlemen are charged with driving while intoxicated cases. Both of you guys have worked out agreements where cases will now reflect as convictions on your record. Mr. Idelce, you need to understand that this is a DWI second offense. If you ever get pulled over and you have the faintest smell of alcohol or dope on your breath, what is going to happen to you?
I want to be deported because I don't have papers.
That's one of the things, perhaps, yes. But first, you're looking at a prison sentence of a minimum of 2 years, a maximum of 10 years. From now on, if you pick up another DWI, you will not be with me. You will end up in felony court. A very lengthy.
I want to tell you I'm sorry that I am sorry.
Sorries don't matter to me. What matters is that it doesn't happen again. And I'm just warning you that if it does, you will now be in felony court. So if I were you, even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because you're taking a humongous risk. The same applies to you, Mr. Rico Romero. You now have this DWI going on your record as well. If you ever get into a car and smell like alcohol or dope, likewise, you will end up going back to jail. He has 2 FSRAs upstairs. What's going on with that? 5 years? 2 years? Are they second degrees?
No, the charges like the hybrids, 2 to 5. It wasn't serious.
It's a hybrid one.
That's why I feel comfortable doing this. I mean, it's the minimum.
If you're going to get into a car and maim and destroy other people, please don't. You have a DWI, you've got 2 failure to stop and render aids, where you've created a ton of damage. Don't. How is that fair? All we want are our streets to be safe. Your sentence is 3 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. You're giving up, both of you guys are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You could be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Now, you, Mr. Rico Romero, it looks like after these cases, you still have to deal with the felony cases. And then after that, it looks like you also have an immigration detainer as well. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty?
Culpable o no culpable? Culpable o no culpable? Guilty.
Find you guilty. I'm going to suspend your driving privilege for 1 year. Do not drive. And please, don't kill anyone. Mr. Idelce, you've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 365 days in jail to be probated for 18 months. As part of the probation, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 2 victim impact panels. No drugs, no alcohol. No breath test refusal. So if you are pulled over in a car, you must, and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must submit to a breath test. If you don't, you are in violation of this probation. You must also do 5 days in jail as a condition of this probation. This is to begin tomorrow
Mañana va a empezar a presentarse usted.
Do you want him to hear or report?
¿Dónde se va a reportar?
Okay. By 6 p.m. You must report by 6 p.m. to the 701 San Jacinto. If you fail to.
Okay.
If you fail, I'm sorry,
I will show it to him what to report.
we give him paperwork too, Mr. Newell. You don't have to. But I want you to understand that if you are someone who is repeatedly late, they're not going to take you. And if they don't take you, the full range of punishment is available to you.
Si no lo toman ahí de nuevo, o algo, para tener más problemas.
Pero yo voy a estar a las 6 ahí.
I'm gonna be there at 6 p.m.
I would be there before.
Yo diría que estuviera.
Before.
A las 4, sí, ok.
4 o'clock. I'll be there.
Ok.
Okay.
How do you plead to the offense of driving?
Usted declara la ofensa de manera
Offense,
totalmente
guilty
aceptada,
or
culpable
not
o no
guilty?
culpable. Guilty.
Okay. He also has a felony case, Mr. Newell. Is that
Y
one
tenemos
thing?
una felonía, pero la felonía se lo quitaron.
Let me make one thing clear to you.
Eso es algo claro.
How old are you?
¿Qué edad tiene usted, señor?
45 años.
45.
You're not a spring chicken.
Es un niño, ya no es un niño.
You don't look like you're in the best of shape. If you're doing that kind of dope, it's going to ravage your body and you'll likely end up dead. So 45-year-olds can't be using the dope that 18-year-olds do. Get my drift? We don't want to see you in a pine box. What about the DPS fines and fees and surcharges, Mr. Newell? Mr. Edelsa, what do you do for a living?
Trabajo medio tiempo a veces de construcción. De construcción y a veces tengo mi esposa que tengo que mantener.
And then I have to take care of my wife.
Ya.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
De construcción, pero no trabajo mucho, medio tiempo. $300 por semana.
The six.
Solamente lo que le preguntan, nada más conteste.
Just have them do that. All right. We wish you the best of luck, gentlemen. I am suspending your license for a year. Do not drive until you get a license, Mr. Edelsa. And good luck to you, gentlemen. Oh, enhancements, I'm sorry. No more. Sorry. Mr. Edelsa, is it true that you had a prior DWI in 22 in our court?
El 22 es cierto que usted tuvo otro DWI aquí en esta corte.
Sí.
Yes.
Is it true that you also had a 0.15 or above in this case?
5 tenía con saldo de alcohol.
Imagino que sí.
Yes, I
Is
imagine.
it also true that you had an open container in this case as well?
Se llama un contenedor abierto como el carro cuando lo pararon.
Contenedor como
cerveza o algo.
Had
Oh,
it-
sí.
Yes. Yes.
Tell you now, Mr. Edelsa, that you will be required to pay the DPS fines and fees and surcharges that are now $6,000 to pay. I will give you time to pay it, but if you don't pay it, a warrant will issue. And for every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail.
Tiempo de.
Do you understand?
¿Qué dice usted?
Pero no tengo.
We will put you on a payment plan for 2 years and you will be required to pay it.
Dice que le van a dar plan de pago.
I will waive the court costs, but with the DPS fines, you're going to have to pay that.
Se llaman los costos de la corte, pero eso es una multa del estado, de DPS. Ahí le van a dar, ¿cómo se llama? Tiempo para pagar.
Hey, guys, good luck.
Suerte.
CC.
Judge, may we get an order to get the device?
Well,
But you'll have to put on another
Yeah,
one whenever.
another
no. I mean, he needs a device, though. He can't go without a device. Does he have a Guardian Interlock now or a portable device?
That's the portable one. He came to.
Let me make sure that he has it.
He has it.
And that it's operational, Mr. Newell, and then if so, yeah.
He showed it to me now. Where is the machine? The portable
La
one.
máquina que tiene.
That's and it's operational?
Here.
¿Está trabajando?
Sí, está trabajando. Ya.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Waiving his probation fees as well, or-
Yeah, because he's paying for the 6,000. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Thank you,
We're
Judge.
gonna waive the probation fees because he's doing that other one, which is probably like a. Okay,
Client Navarro Alejandro.
yes.
This is a harassment case. I wanted to see if you could consider removing his ankle monitor. It's a current bond condition. This is a case, Judge, where right now there is a protective order, a 5-year protective order out of one of the family law courts whenever they got child support and custody handled. And this is also one, Judge, where I think the state is having trouble getting a hold of their complaining witness.
Michael.
Navarro.
Navarro, they're asking that the device be removed.
This is a GPS, Judge. What kind of device? Okay.
Come on, Rita.
Judge, based off of the fact that there's 2 harassments with the same exact complainant, we would oppose removing the GPS device at this time.
There's 2 different harassments.
That's true, Judge.
One after the other, you know. When are we
We
set
got
for
called
trial?
in February, so we'll see what.
Why so long? Why not January?
I think the.
Because he has,
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
trial date that is available, he has a CLE. The weeks before is a short week, and the week before that, it's.
All of January, we have only one date available?
Yes,
How is that possible?
Judge, I'm out of the country on the 7th. That's baby DA school on the 14th. The 21st is a short week, and the 28th is available. He's going to be in a CLE.
Okay, no, I mean, I'm not gonna, he's got 2 different harassment
I
cases.
understand, Judge.
I mean, if-
I would ask, just
yeah.
based on circumstances, so.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thanks, guys. All right. Hi,
May I approach?
thank you for being patient.
I have Mr. Rivera here. He's doing 2 time serves today.
Last name?
Rivera.
Good morning, Mr. Rivera.
Good morning to you too.
Okay, so you're charged with theft, you're charged with evading arrest, correct?
Yes, sir.
You want to do, let me see. Okay, you worked out an agreement, they're offering you 30 days in jail on both cases, and it looks like you've got 3 days credit on both cases. Is this how you understand it?
Yeah.
You need to understand something very important now. You were pleading guilty to this evading arrest. This is an enhanceable offense, so if you pick up another evading arrest,
There will be a felony charge.
Right.
I'm fully aware of it, sir.
years instead of days. Do you understand? You also need to understand that that also applies with theft cases as well. If you pick up multiple theft cases, they can also hit you with a felony charge on that one as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. It will stay on your record forever and a day. This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Or guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to it. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being patient.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
This way.
You can go, Tim. I'll come back there. Are you Beetlejuice today, Judge?
Sorry?
Beetlejuice? I like that.
You know, I want to wear the hair and the makeup, but you know, my wife was like, you can't do that because you're doing a serious thing and, you know.
I mean.
She's right.
It's one day.
She's right.
Would you think it would have gone bad to do that? Yeah, but let's have fun.
This is not about fun.
No, that's true. I guess that's a matter of perspective, right? Thank you. Okay, sure.
It's a time served on a trespass.
I don't know if I'm ready to just let him out. I don't, because I truly think that if I let him out, he's just gonna start using again. And that's what I don't want
This
to
is his
happen.
only time, this is his only mess up while he's out on bond now.
The only way that I would have is to have him come twice a week to test, so I know that he's not using, right? And I'm gonna tell you now, it's a how long do you think it's gonna take?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the only way that I can really know that if he's not using is to constantly test.
Yeah. Even still back there.
He's gonna do that? You think he's gonna wanna do that, come up here twice a week to try to test?
I don't think he wants to, but I think he will. But I haven't had never had any issues with him showing up. But I mean, so should I just get a trial setting or should we?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, and because it's a jail case, we'll do it as soon as you want.
Okay.
I got to give them at least 30 days so they can get all their motions and subpoenas out. But, we can get you already have a case December 3rd that we set, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set on the 3rd? Yeah, set up a trial on the 3rd, you said?
Sure.
Yes. I have a trial set that day as well, but.
It does.
I did.
Sent you a jail case that day.
Yes.
So I'm saying we could do the same thing.
Okay. Let's do that. Minutes.
What, Mr. Smart? Ay. What's going on with you, man?
I'm just tired. I'm supposed to be on medication.
Did they just pick you up?
Yes, sir.
You still coming down or what?
No, I've been here for a couple of months.
Here for a couple of weeks.
When did he get when did he get picked up?
It's been since 9/16.
You've been in custody here since 9/16?
Yes.
Continuously?
No, I think.
I know, but it keeps happening, Mr. Smart, and you keep picking up trespasses and you keep coming back here and I'm sorry, you don't come back here. This is now our 4th trespass case and you never come back. The days of catch and release are over. Do you understand? And I am now, any more cases that you pick up with me, we will now be working on getting you treatment so that it stops happening. Where are you living?
With friends.
Who's in your life right now?
My sister, my mom.
I've been speaking with his father, but they live up in Fort Worth.
Why aren't you living with them?
Me and my dad don't see eye to eye sometimes.
Can I take a guess why?
I'm not trying to lie.
Mr. Smart, you have now, for the past 3 years, have been in and out of custody. And before you know it, 15 years are going to pass and you're going to look like that little Quasimodo dude on the side of the road begging for money because they've got no job, no prospects, but only addiction issues, never willing to take care of it. Toothless. Is that what you want? How long has he been in custody?
Since September 13th.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I think that we need to have Mr. Smart TRAS to see what the problem is, why it continues to happen, and so it stops. We're working on since 22, early 22, burglary of a building, trespass, assault, trespass. And now I'm not doing this anymore with you, Mr. Smart. I'm not going to do this. So we will have you evaluated. I want you to talk to my clinicians to find out what's going on with your life, to see what we can do to help you out, to get you out of this rut before you kill yourself or worse. No more. Do you understand? We will do it expedited, so it's not going to sit here and languish. So today's what, Thursday? Hopefully we can get the TRAS done tomorrow.
Okay.
We can come back maybe Tuesday, Wednesday and figure out what they say, where the proper course of action is.
Sure.
Mr. Smart.
Okay.
Please be honest to the people that we have you talk to. If I get a report back and it tells me that you're all rainbows and gumdrops and there's no issues, I'm going to send you right back to do it again. Do you understand? Be honest, because we want to help you. That's the only way that we can. Okay? See you on Tuesday or Wednesday. Thanks, you. Ricardo.
Judge, you can't be real mad about this one, but I'm approaching.
Mad?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mad.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna hold you to that, Judge.
Am I going to be mad at them?
Well, maybe.
Oh, okay, well,
I don't
you
know.
know.
I feel like some of it's gonna come to me, so we'll see.
It's okay, Morgan, it's, the problem is that it's usually not your guys' fault, but you got to hear the brunt of it regardless, and that kind of sucks.
It's part of it.
So I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is gonna be a doozy also. This is gonna be a doozy, so. All right, Rafael Lobet, L-O-B.
Didn't we just talk about a little bit?
We did. We have like 3 weeks in a row. We have. And so I got my disclosure. I'm good on that end. And then looking at everything, making sure my ducks were in a row, all of a sudden I see, hey, we don't have the breath test slip.
Graholski?
Okay.
Can't play without a breath test slip, Judge.
You have one?
So,
I mean, maybe it was
when-
misplaced. I don't know. That's usually,
And whoever was in this court screened this case, they did not put it to due in to request the test strip. Sometimes it's at the bottom of the DICs. It was not in this case. I know Ricardo reached out to us yesterday and we reached out to our admin to see if we had it like in our system somewhere. She could not find it, so she emailed to get it. But as of right now, we do not have the breath test strip.
how old is the case? God, it's 230 days. Do you want to set it for early next week to see if you can get your hands on it?
I was gonna say, Judge, if we could just have a week and
Done.
see if we
It's
can
not
get it.
there, you
I
know.
would ask, can we go ahead and exclude it for not having it today?
Council for reset?
I'll give you a week.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
I mean, if it's not in a week,
Okay, because that changes things for me. That's the biggest red flag.
obviously.
All right, so let's see. So 1 week?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'll keep it, I'll waive his appearance. Is he here now?
He's here now. We'll waive his appearance. Perfect.
I'll waive it for the next one just because it's not his fault.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge. I'll explain that to him. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Morgan.
Hey, can I have, Morgan, can I have you take a look at this? It's an order for discovery for breath test, and we usually have you guys sign it. I accidentally signed in your place. Do you mind just taking a look, see if you guys are okay with it? I think it's a standard. Why are you here? You ready? Let's do it. Bond or jail?
Oh, no, I didn't get some
candy.
I was gonna ask.
I'll have this for you, Judge.
Thanks.
To the front.
We got an hour. I can take another half hour to do the final. Right?
Good morning, Ms. Murphy. Ms. Murphy, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement that they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for 24 that you've done. You need to understand that there's an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you pick up another one of these cases, you will be charged with a 3rd-degree felony. You will be looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You also cannot own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain as well. If you have a gun, ammunition, that in and of itself is a Class A misdemeanor. Okay, you give up a lot of rights. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this again. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, man?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty and I will follow it and I will sentence you to it. Good luck to you, man. Okay.
Want to make sure I got this. Got Mr. Gilbert, Your Honor, for a plea.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm digging y'all, bro.
I have John D on it. Did you sub in?
I was originally appointed on it. I was at trial one day when he was on the docket and they brought John in just for one day.
Got it.
To reset him until today.
Mr. Gilbert, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're charged with theft. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 27 days that you've done on the assault, and they're going to dismiss the theft case. Is this how you understand the agreement? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. You need to understand that from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for anything that you pick up. Do you understand?
Sure.
How do you plead to the offense of assault? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to the above agreement. You know, there's some people that when they drink, they turn into great people. There's some that turn into, if you're like that, you know what I mean? Be a happy person. It's not hard. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
God bless you, bro.
Yeah, Miss Treadwell popped up on the docket today and she had that prior DWI and she picked up a new one.
Yeah, she's with us now.
Okay, did you revoke her old bond and raised it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You also have Flores.
Yes, I've got Flores. I got a time served from Michael. He's got a felony pending that's reset till January the 7th.
The felonies are set for tomorrow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Michael, did it change on Flores?
Did what change?
Manuel Flores, it looks like the felony cases are set for tomorrow, not January.
For some reason, when I checked, I thought it said January the 7th. But in any case, Judge, while Michael's checking that, it looked like he got a lower bond up in felony, like I want to say like $5,000-$6,000, and ours is at 10. I was just going to see if maybe you can at least, lower it and, at the very worst, match the felony.
Do you want to know why, Judge? Because he picked up a new felony yesterday. He picked up a third-degree possession on the third.
Hold on, John, let me do this plea real quick so they can get out of here.
No problem.
I didn't think it was gonna take that long. All right,
Stand down for a second.
give me a second. Ms. Almanza, good morning. Ma'am, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement that they're offering you, is it a year in Harris County Jail?
Yes.
How much credit does she have? It's 365 days in jail, credit for the, what did you say? 29 days that you've already done. Is this how you understand it, ma'am? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accuser. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, you can never change this or undo this. You understand? Is the felony going away?
They still have to do the RIP, but the felony chief told me that it's definitely gonna help.
So, ma'am, you're charged with a very serious case upstairs and it looks like it's gonna help. So,
Don't be scared. I'm sure it's gonna be okay.
Give me tissues by chance. It was mom, wasn't it? The cases? Was it mom?
Boyfriend, mom.
Okay. Do you still want to do this, ma'am? How do you plead to the offense of assault? Guilty or not guilty? All right, ma'am, I'll find you guilty. I'll send you to the agreement. I'll roll your court costs you or anything. It looks like your felony cases are set for in about a month, so hopefully they'll be able to get everything squared away from you. Just, ma'am, be careful, Just, all right, good luck. Thanks for that. Okay, John.
I'm here, Judge.
So here's the deal with this gentleman. Since February, he picked up a PCS. July 16th, he picks up a theft. We get him out of jail. 3 days later, he picks up another theft. I guess he gets out of jail. And now he picks up another felony PCS, this time a third degree. He just picked up a new case. They filed it yesterday. Or was it an old case?
Yesterday, Judge. No, it was case from the 29th. They followed on the 30th.
Really?
Yes,
so
Judge.
he's out on the lam. He must have been on the lam because I've got it at 6,002. It's got to be that he must have been out and it was in warrant status and then he just picked up. The only way we got him,
Yeah, he's out because it says that this occurred on October 29th and he was in a target. And they're taking him in because he previously trespassed there. I'm sorry, they haven't screened it yet because it's so new. So I'm trying to see what's going on here.
He trespassed him at the target and popped him with stuff.
Yeah. They popped him with meth.
Did you hear that, John?
Grams, 2.9.
Yeah, I did. So I guess he must have made all the bonds. He made our bonds.
No. What I did was he failed to appear at our last setting. We revoked his bond on 8/15 because I did a bail order.
Right.
And the newest thing we have is the capias that was returned yesterday, 10:30, because he got popped at the target and he had meth allegedly. So that's where we're at. He's being held at no bond on both felony cases regardless.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I think Michael put a time served on it, Judge. If you want to just bring him back tomorrow, I'll talk to him now. Maybe he can.
No, there's no rush, John. Really.
Yeah,
We can
that's
set it
fine.
for later next week if you want, when you're back. It's up to you. You tell me. What do you want to do?
That's fine, Judge. If you want to put it on on Tuesday, the 5th, I'll be back by then. I come back on Monday night.
Okay, done.
Sounds good, Judge. Thank
Okay,
you.
we got you.
I'll see
Have
you.
a safe trip.
Yeah, thank you, Judge. Talk to you later.
Okay,
Take
see ya.
care.
Hey, guys. Of course. I feel naked without the donkey.
Something?
Okay,
Oh,
Tell
well, we're approaching on a case that's off docket, so
Okay.
problem solved.
there you go.
It's Christopher Anderson, and I have a cause number if you need it. 250-1154. He's set for trial on the 19th. The state has made me a new offer. I relayed it to my client, but I want to take the court's temperature to see if the court would be amenable.
The time served?
No.
Okay, good.
He's got a,
And I'm usually okay with,
okay.
I don't think I've ever had a problem other than time served on the second.
Okay, so he's got a DWI second and then a UCW, and the offer is to reduce to a first and do 12 months probation.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
and then dismiss the UCW. Okay,
Totally.
thank you. I will let my client know that and we'll go from.
And come up. Oh. You now will be tested like crazy. And the next time you test positive for cocaine, for alcohol, or for marijuana, obviously 30 days, but if you test positive again, I'm going to keep you and I will put you in a rehab facility. If you can't stop using on your own, we're going to do it my way. You understand? I'm also now, because your case is so old, going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand? Okay. That's it. Take a seat. Okay.
When do you want to see him back?
Come back weekly to test, you know.
Judge, how long would you like for or how many days for the device?
Since he's here, we'll send him now. Can you do randoms once a week?
Yes, Judge.
Do that.
Okay, so he does not need to physically come.
No, we're gonna do randoms once a week. Okay, all right. Yes, ma'am.
Judge, my approach.
Mr. Slider.
Judge, how are you? Here for Mr. Brown, the test came back.
Come up, Mr. Brown.
Had some alcohol in his system, but in Mr. Brown's defense, his bond conditions when the magistrate did not say no alcohol, it just said no drugs. We've since amended that as of yesterday, but it did say no drugs. It didn't say anything about alcohol.
He's not on that.
He's a gentleman that has 4 hours of community service left, set for dismissal on Monday.
I remember. The case is as old as Hashem himself, and yet has failed to complete the 4 hours of community service.
He's already registered at the Blue Bank for Saturday and Sunday.
Hey, got until Monday. You don't have it done by Monday, I'm sending you a case for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you consume alcohol again, into jail you will go. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will get tested again if you don't have it done.
I understand.
See you Monday.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Yes. We'll do the plea then, and then we'll have him sign later. Come up, Mr. Wakefield.
When is he going in?
Today.
Right now?
I guess we'll send him to 49. Or,
You want him to determine right now or at 6?
no, right now.
He's prepared to go right now if you want to
Okay,
give him
no,
till
we'll do,
6.
no, we'll do it now.
Okay.
I don't want him to not turn in. Because then it'll go sideways real quick. Mr. Wakefield, you're charged with possession of marijuana, you're facing up to a year, I'm sorry, yeah, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine due to the amount. You've worked out an agreement, they're offering you 30 days in jail credit for the
4 days?
yeah, 4 days credit that you've already done. Understand that this charge will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? Not only, do you have a job? What do you do in life? Dude, it's not funny. You're using all kinds of dope. You've got no job. What the hell are you going to be doing in 30 years from today, man? You know, you're going to end up on the street, jobless, prospectless, ain't got no money. Where are you going in life, man? It's not a good way to be in life. I know that you like to have fun. I know that you like to party, but you got to think about your future, because if not, and your mom and dad are not going to be here forever. Your auntie, your uncle, they're not going to be here forever. And if you don't have them in your life and you got no job, you got no money, you're on the street begging, either that or you're going to be slinging. You get caught up in that. You're either dead or with a 40-year sentence. How old are you? Have you ever had a full-time job? Doing what?
At Chevron in Lake Charles. I was a pipe fitter.
You were a pipe fitter. For real? So why stop? And?
So you can work as comp.
So it's easier to just get workers' comp and do nothing, I guess, right?
No, I just never went back, like reapply after.
Okay. You have to do something in your life, Mr. Wakefield, because if you don't, you're going to end up in jail with a lengthy sentence or on the street. That's not a good way. You work hard now, so you set yourself up for the future, so you can have vacations. You can buy nice cars the legitimate way. What you're doing now, it sucks. Just bottom line, it's not a good way to go through life, man.
Judge, while he's in custody, I can have a max social worker talk to him about options.
That'd be great. Dude, pipe fitting, if you get a trade like that, you can kill it, man. Making 20 to 30 bucks an hour. Holy you can buy a Benz, man. You can, with that kind of money, you can kill it. What you're doing now, it sucks. Sucks. And I don't even know how you're getting your money to do the dope. Anyways, you got to be getting it from somehow. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. The reason I'm telling you this, Mr. Wakefield, is because your demeanor and the way you act when you come in here, you think it's a joke. And what I'm trying to tell you is that your future should mean something. We have enough brown and black people in custody as it is. Your life is hard enough as it is, being a black and brown person in society. It doesn't get easier the older you get. It gets harder. You get fatter. You get uglier. You lose hair. The older you get, the more unemployable you get. So if you don't set yourself up now, you're going to be nothing in 20 years. Do something, Mr. Wakefield. Don't become a statistic. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. I will roll your court costs. One more thing. I'm done with catch and release. So if you continue to come back with criminal cases, what we're doing today, the plead on the spot, be done. It's not going to work. Do you understand? If you come back, it's not going to go well. Good luck, Mr. Wakefield.
And Judge, if I could just get you to make a note on the docket sheet that he pled on the same day I was appointed.
Yeah, I'll do it. Sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, I had tended to, where is the other thing? Let's see, where's Lena's? Yeah, Lena's, I was gonna put on the makeup and get everything done. I had tea.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's showtime.
Oh, he's showing his whole.
Yeah.
You put it on?
Yeah, I did, but you know, it's just, it's too serious of a gig here, and I don't think that people would have appreciated it with, so that's why we didn't put it on, you know, but anyway. All right, guys, happy Halloween, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. I'm gonna go get my daughter. You wanna say hi to everybody?
I did.
Oh, and that's Tina, by the
Hi,
way.
everybody, it's Tina.
Okay, all right.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fleischerween. Fleischerween. Oh my gosh. Every day is a little bit different. Every day is a little bit cooler. We do these Fleischer forums every night at 9 p.m. East. It's 8 p.m. Central Time. Come by and check it out, hang out with us, have a chat, talk about the cases that the Fleischers looking at day after day. It's becoming quite a series. Get to see a lot of regular customers. I've been enjoying the heck out of it. I'm gonna keep doing it for a while. So, thank you guys for coming by. I really appreciate all of you. Oh, I could actually be a little personable. I am your Lone Wolf Oozle. I am your curator for these videos. I do these lives every weeknight. And on the weekend, I have a weekend show that's just kind of a court review. That happens at, I think it's 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Come by and hang out for that too. Lord only knows what we'll be watching. This week it'll probably be a fair bit of Simpson. I've been missing working on my Simpsons stuff. Anyway, guys, this has been fun. I really appreciate everybody coming out. Hope to see everybody again soon. I hope to see most of you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time. I forget what these times are. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, I'm your Lone Wolf Oozle. It's late. I'm tired. It's been a wonderful Fleischerween. I'm checking out. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Night Cheshire, Night Birds, Night Megan, Night Mimi, Night Twitch, Rodent, Gary, Mimi, Cam, Dreams. Who's Dreams? Mom, Night Patrick, Metal Rabbit, M3, John Mayo. Why is John Mayo here? Northwest, good night. Omni. See you later. Demmer. It's been amazing. All you people. Everybody. I can't say all the names. There's no way. Megan, did I say goodnight to you? I don't think I said goodnight to you. L0, I don't think I said goodnight. M3, I'm pretty sure I said Birds. Yeah, I said Birds. Lynn, I think I said Lynn. Rhonda, I think I said Rhonda. Everybody, good night, good night, good night, good night. Love you all. It's been great. See you next time.